pills work for some people, but for those like me that it does not work for, that try the drugs, they try the therapy, we're trying to give them simply another tool in their arsenal to combat the post-traumatic stress and the epidemic of veteran suicides that's plaguing our country, Lawrence. 22 veterans a day are committing suicide. That study, or that statistic, was revealed in a study done by the VA itself back in 2013. That study was based on 21 states, of which Texas was not appropriately studied in that particular statistic. So, as we all know, there's a lot of veterans in Texas, and so the rate of veteran suicides is likely tragically higher than 22 a day. Kaya worked phenomenally well for me. I know service dogs, organizations that work very closely with the veteran communities that have helped many veteran communities in Texas and Florida, all over the place. And it's something that is seemingly a no-brainer, but the VA has been...
So tell us, what does Kaya do for you when, what's the word for it, when you have like an outbreak or when you feel worked up about something? What does she do?
So Kaya is specifically trained, I had her trained through an Assistance Dogs International accredited trainer. She's specifically trained to recognize when I'm having a nightmare, and she'll jump up in bed and she'll lick my face to wake me up. Or when she senses that I'm having an anxiety attack or I'm stressed out, she'll lick my hand to remind me to calm down.
And what does that do for you?
Well, it breaks the snowball effect of that anger or depression before it gets out of control. A lot of guys...
And this has been medically proven that...
There's actually a study right now being done with HABRI, the Human Animal Bond Research Initiative, that is also, that's a study done in conjunction with the Mayo Clinic and Purdue University. The findings of the study aren't public yet, but the preliminary results look really, really good and promising. But quite frankly, it's intuitive that dogs are therapeutic. You know, you don't need studies to say that, you know, being around dogs and will be therapeutic and reduce stress levels. It's just something that's intuitive. But there are studies that organizations like Canines for Warriors down in Florida, in Congressman DeSantis' district, who's the person that introduced the PAWS Act, they have done studies that have said that there's an 80+% reduction in suicidal ideation, 75% plus reduction in anxiety attacks. I mean, all sorts of very good statistics.
So why isn't this a no-brainer? Why all the pushback, and why isn't this just passed?
Well, ironically enough, the only organization or group that is pushing back on this is the VA itself. The VA took 6 years to institute seeing eye dogs, and something as blatantly obvious as seeing eye dogs takes 6 years. You know, instituting a holistic approach to mental health is something that's just taking time. But I've spent the last year, since May of last year, lobbying members of Congress, and when Congressman DeSantis, who's actually running for Marco Rubio's vacant Senate seat here in 2016, phenomenal guy, but he is helping me do this and has been working with me closely since fall of last year. We have 80+ co-sponsors on the bill. It's going to a VA committee hearing on the 23rd. The bill, I just found out today, there was a senator that has committed to introducing a Senate version of the bill. So it's moving along really, really nicely, because once you get it in front of members of Congress, it's a bipartisan effort. This isn't a partisan issue.